West has never made it any secret that the East has always captured its mind and imagination. Many attempts to recreate traditions of the East, from yoga to curry, continue to be appropriated the world over. But can anyone ever do justice to the Indian wedding ceremony? A full 5-day affair that encompasses everything from food, colour and holy rites. We're here at the 19th Annual Eastern Bridal Fair to find out what's trending in the East and indulge in an authentically Indian experience. The Eastern Bridal Fair celebrates its 19th anniversary and now runs like a well-oiled machine. The man responsible for ensuring the running of this machine is none other than Sudhir Pragji. Sudhir, 19 years. Now, you guys started this a long time ago. Was the vision from year one any different to what it is now?
I think in year one, when 5 committee members got together, 6 of us actually, and we said that let's do a fun thing. One of the committee members, Tamanna, came from London from having seen a bridal fair, and she says, wow, Indians enjoy having big and wonderful weddings. So why don't we start something small as a community organization in Durban? And that's where it all arose, with 60 stalls and a stage with like a school or concert. The ultimate aim is obviously to also keep the popularity going so that we raise some money so that we can support the non-profit retirement home that we have built and now are extending.
Now, this is an Eastern Bridal Fair, but annually people attend the bridal fair regardless of whether or not they're getting married. They put it down in their diaries as a must-see event. This is something that you must be really proud of. And why do you think this is?
We've extended the event to now be called Eastern Bridal Fair and Lifestyle. It's not just fashion and shopping for brides. If you look at the clothing, it's people casual clothing as well, but of the highest caliber. And there's food and things that interest people.
What makes this bridal fair different from all the years that have gone by?
This year is a centenary year of Madiba's birthday. It was our way of commemorating this. So the exhibition that we put out there, 17 lifestyle sculptures done by a very young Lungile from Durban, and they show different phases of his life. Lungile Gumedo. Besides that, we had a car there, which is a replica of Madiba's car that was used in our movie, Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, and it's there, and the people are taking selfies and really enjoying it. But the bigger mission was we're remembering the great man.
Now, you mentioned Mandela's centenary. What lesson from his life have you taken away and learned from?
I think all of us that help here and work here is give rather than take. And that's the message that goes out for all these years.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and always thank you to SONY for all your support.
They say first impressions are lasting, and when it comes to a venue and an event, it's the decor that gives the best impression. Pravisha is an expert in this. Pravisha, I've seen the pieces that you guys have on offer here, and they're very creative and very new. Where do you get the inspiration for them?
You know, our brides are the ones that inspire us. It's through our interactions with them that we get all these brilliant ideas. Everybody wants something trendy, floral. That's the direction they're moving into. And we still have a large majority of them who still want to keep it traditional.
Now, you mentioned there's a group that is trying to stay with the traditional, and then another group that's moving away and they want to be more trendy. I presume that you guys are trying to marry the two.
Definitely, definitely. Like, for example, a lot of the couples want to have outdoor weddings, but are not wanting to take the risk. And then they want us to create this outdoor ambiance, but indoors. So they want the garden theme effect, but indoors.
With the advent of social media and its growing popularity, do you find that bridal parties come knowing exactly what they want? Do they make life difficult?
Definitely. But at the same time, they know exactly what they want. They've done their homework, they've done their research, and social media allows for that. And so they've come in with very specific ideas, and then there are those who come in and want you to guide them.
Well, thanks so much for chatting with us, Pravisha.
Thank you so much for having us.
क्या कभी अंबर से सूर्य बिछड़ता है, क्या कभी बिन बाती दीपक जलता है, कैसी है ये अनहोनी हर आँख हुई रंग छोड़ गया जो तू.
Every year, the Eastern Bridal Fair offers its visitors a visual treat in the form of designer wear straight out of India. This year is no different, and for the first time in South Africa, the prestigious Ritu Kumar collection is being showcased. We're chatting to Mrs. Maharaj, who will be telling us more. Mrs. Maharaj, what was the need in South Africa to have a designer like Ritu Kumar?
In South Africa, I found there's a real need for designer wear, especially Eastern. And Ritu Kumar was my first choice. I've always been fascinated by her choice of color, the texture of the fabrics, and the meticulous craftsmanship that goes into designing these garments.
How has the response been to the Ritu Kumar collection right here at the Bridal Fair?
It's been amazing. We've had lots of people admiring the range. Obviously, it was something that's really different in South Africa. It's really a branded collection, so it appeals to a certain type of customer base, and we are hoping to market that in South Africa, and hopefully every South African in the country will be the proud wearer of a Ritu Kumar outfit.
Thanks so much for sharing all that insight with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
पकड़ के तूने चलना सिखाया था ना, दहलीज ऊंची है ये पार करा दे. बाबा मैं तेरी मलिका, टुकड़ा हूँ तेरे दिल का, एक बार फिर से दहलीज पार करा दे.
When it comes to choosing a bridal garment, it's all about color and style. And to help with that decision, we're chatting to Kajal from Rosewood Boutique. Kajal, you're back at the bridal fair this year. How has the response been? I see that you guys are so busy at the moment.
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been powerful since Friday, to have the crowd here from the word go. I think they even forgot to announce the bridal fair was open, but we saw people and we were really excited. Turnout was excellent.
Now tell us about the range that Rosewood has on offer. Is there a particular type of style that you guys are sharing with customers? What is it that customers can come in expecting?
India is on the major brink of extinction when it comes to certain types of styles. Bridal saris are somewhat disappearing, fading off. Lehengas are like the new thing. Garara somewhat is still holding its ground. But basically the fashion, it's more or less the same. We can't say something's actually fading out. It's basically your trend on how you feel when you wear the item. Beadwork is still strong. Embroidery, Anushka Sharma has done us really well. They're really proud of her outfit because we've actually brought in a lot of outfits that look just like hers. Similar tone pastels are coming in. I have a feeling that this summer we're going to have a lot of pastel shades in. So goodbye royal blue and goodbye maroon.
You've mentioned terms like ghagra and lehenga. Now, not everyone's familiar with them. What do these terms mean?
Okay, so definitely your lehenga is similar to a garara. However, it's a skirt, a top, and a scarf, a dupatta that goes over. These lehengas are unstitched, so you can actually stitch them to be gowns. You could stitch them to be even a sari suit. You can even stitch it to be a choli and a skirt. It depends on how comfortable you are. It's a versatile piece of fabric. You can play around with it.
Vinod, you have returned for your 12th year at the Eastern Bridal Fair. What keeps bringing you back? What about the Eastern Bridal Fair is so special that Paneri has to be here?
It's all about the love and everything of the Durban family, always calling me. And from here, I got a lot of love, lot of business, everything.
Now, you're bringing garments straight out of Mumbai. What differences have you noticed in the garments that are available here in South Africa as compared to what it is that you're bringing?
I can say Mumbai. Mumbai is a city of fashion. So Of course, 100%. The fashion starts from Mumbai, so 100%. That everything will not be over here in Durban.
Now, as far as wedding gear goes, are there any new trends that have emerged out of Mumbai?
Yeah, very much. If we compare to the fashion last year and this year the color series have changed. Now the pastel colors are in Mumbai. More of flares, more of nets, gowns that are very much in it.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
The many aspects that you would find at an Eastern Bridal Fair, of course there are clothes galore. We're chatting right now to Pratish from Suvida. Pratish, you guys are back at the Bridal Fair. How has the response been this year?
So the response is crazy. Durban is going crazy. This is my 9th show over here, and but this was the best. This year, people response were the best, I think so.
Now you've spoken about the garments and the wedding wear that you've brought down. Tell us about the trends this year.
Especially this year, the colors are changed. The bridal colors, the maroon reds are all out. People are asking for especially greens, pinks, peach, all the light colors. So we are very happy that Durban people are accepting fashion so fast, yeah.
Now I see your stall is full of women's wear. When brides come looking for stuff, do they know what they want?
Yeah, everybody has everything on their phone. The Instagram, the Pinterest, everything. The world is in the phone, so they know what's the trend and they're looking for the new trend and they know what they want to buy. The Durban people are very smart. They know the fashion so well.
One of the highlights of the Eastern Bridal Fair is, of course, the fashion and dance extravaganza. This year, responsible for the choreography is Varsha Maharaj and Bhavishan Paidya. Annually, audiences look forward to the fashion and dance extravaganza. Take us through the responsibility of choreographing the show, considering audiences now expect a certain level.
For this year's Eastern Bridal Fair, they were very clear that they wanted to change the concept. So we decided to add in Kathak Contemporary this year and take it slightly away from the typical Bollywood dhamaka that people have come to expect from the Eastern Bridal Fair. So we've tried to incorporate those elements this year.
Speaking of those elements, is that where you took your inspiration for choreographing the pieces for this year?
Well, my forte is Kathak, so this was easy for me to approach choreography that way. And I think it's an exciting tilt to the choreography this year. Like I said, take it away from the typical Bollywood style. Not that we've moved away from it. We've tried to combine the two Kathak on the Bollywood songs.
It sounds like an amazing fusion. What has the response been from the audiences thus far?
So far, we've had very good responses from the shows. They've taken to it, they've applauded. It's really good response so far.
With regards to the Eastern Bridal Fair this year, what has been your highlight?
I would have to say the finale act with Gumar in it. It's really bright, colorful, and the girls really look beautiful in their costumes this year.
Thank you so much. One of the individuals who has had a huge hand in the creative aspect of the Eastern Bridal Fair is none other than Smita Maharaj of Nateshwar Dance Academy. Smita, you're here annually. What is your role specifically?
Well, this year it has been that of costume designer and ensuring that the whole look was right for the show in terms of costumes, obviously. And I also was as a guide. I had a role as guide to the choreography or to the look of the show. So that's basically what I did this time.
You've already mentioned that there's a theme every year, and this year there's a distinctly different theme with the incorporation of a Kathak Contemporary. How interesting was it for you that this theme was brought in this year, 19 years later?
Absolute change, absolute switch from the start to where we are now. But I think it was imperative that we came up with something new, a new idea. And Rakesh came up with the idea of introducing classical, but in a very contemporary, entertaining way to the audience. And I think we as a school appreciate it because Kathak is our base. And so it was just perfect for us.
More than just sustenance, food is a great source of pleasure. And to provide part of that pleasure is Iresh Bhagwan from Bhagwan's Caterers. Iresh, you've been in catering for many, many years. Do you find that bridal parties are still looking for the traditional menu, or have they moved away from that?
Definitely, I think it has changed drastically. The younger generation today is not looking for the traditional menus, which the older folk used to look at. And I think the idea of the different menus is to cater for everybody and of different age groups.
Now, you've mentioned mixed marriages and bringing of different people together. When people come to you requesting a menu, how difficult and challenging is it to put together a menu that everyone agrees upon?
It is absolutely challenging in today's day and age because there are lots of mixed marriages, and obviously to please the different communities there's a discrepancy as far as the menus are concerned. We try our level best to advise them what to go in for and what not to, and what the majority of the people are going to be wanting. And therefore we travel the world trying to import the different things for the different clientele that we have.
Thanks so much for chatting with us, Iresh. Always a pleasure.
It's awesome being with you. Thank you.
Of the many aspects that go into creating a wedding, one of the aspects that's largely overlooked and undervalued is the photography. We're chatting to Hema from Designer Photo. How difficult is it to capture the perfect shot at a wedding?
Oh, well, it's not difficult at all. You just have to get a synergy between you and your couple, and you have to focus on getting the real moment for them. And if you're willing to be present and within their moment, it's a job made easy, actually.
It's easy to find cheap photographers and undervalue the role of a photographer at a ceremony. Why do you believe people should not do so?
Oh, simply because it's the only thing you have after all the flowers and the decor is taken down.
What advice do you have for couples when searching for a photographer?
Find somebody that suits your style. There's nothing more important than that. Your style, like everybody has a personal and unique style. If a photographer doesn't fit it, move on and find somebody that actually does.
Thanks so much, Hema.
Nice to meet you guys.
You both styled the hair for both the models and the dancers respectively. Tell us about the brief and how you executed it.
Okay, we had to do low buns and center parts for the models, and I think that my staff and myself, we performed it excellently. The models look stunning.
I also had to do low buns for the dancers. I had to make them feel comfortable, and it was very easy to have a quick change in between with the low buns.
Now, give us some advice for brides when planning their wedding styles.
I would suggest the low buns actually look very stunning and stylish for the brides. Also, curls pinned up looks elegant.
I suggest they keep it traditional but modern.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. Performers know that the reason why they look so breathtaking on stage is because makeup artists make them look good. We're chatting to Neelam Raja, who is one of the makeup artists backstage. Neelam, tell us about the makeup techniques that you've used for the performers on stage today.
I've used basically the techniques as clean, simple looks. We've also taken through the classic bridal look and mixed it in with the new trends of keeping it natural and nude, but also adding the highlighters and the shimmers towards the end of the show.
Tell us what the trends are as far as bridal makeup and bridal looks go at the moment.
Okay, so if we look at Ritu Kumar's collection at the moment, the trends which are going in with the looks, they're clean and subtle. The lips are keeping it nice and nude and natural, but also going for a nice brown, smoky eye, neutral shades to match the skin tones.
Thanks so much for chatting with us, Neelam.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Long after the lights have dimmed and the celebrations have ended, the one thing that will still be around to remind anyone of their wedding day is, of course, the jewelry. We're chatting to Nihal Shah of Vijay Shah Jewelers, and he's going to be telling us more. What we've discovered as far as designer wear and fashion goes is that the trends have changed for bridal wear. Do you feel that that's been reflected in the jewelry as well?
Yes, I do. Jewelry is part of the fashion industry itself. So as the years go by, you see the trends change. Most recently, you see the older stuff coming back in from the Mughal dynasty, the bigger Kangan bracelets, the bangles. The old stuff is now becoming new, and they're creating a fusion of jewelry between everything. And that's the current trend right now. Also, rose gold's become quite big on the market. A lot of people want rose gold rings, and simply because of the color, the textures, and yeah.
Good evening, respected and distinguished guests. How are you doing?
He's known as the James Bond of magic. With 15 years of performance experience behind him and a long list of firsts to his name, he's none other than Mo Magic. Mo, what is the magic behind your success?
I think it's threefold. Number one, it's intention, and my intention is to spread joy and delight through what I do. Number two is passion, because I'm absolutely passionate about it. And number three is hard work. I'm constantly working to improve my skills and to deliver the best I can.
But for couples who are pledging their lives to each other and who are in love, what advice do you have for them?
I think for me with my magic, it's about passion and being hardworking. I would think it's the same thing. You know, having been in relationships, I know it's about trusting the other person, wanting the best for each other and for two people as a couple. So I'd say it's a commitment. There's the love naturally, but it's the work, the consistent work.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us, Mo. It's been a pleasure.
An absolute delight for me too.
A land filled with mysticism, spirituality, and potent energy. These are just a few of the adjectives used to describe the wonder of the East. And right here at the southern tip of the continent, the grandeur of the East continues to enrapture in the form of the Indian wedding ceremony. So whether you're looking for fabulous fashion, eye-dazzling color, or even its undeniable magic, there's something on offer for everyone right here at the 19th Annual Eastern Bridal Fair. For SONY TV, I'm Shrutika Pillai.